Please welcome back to the stage, Brian Kelly.
Never thought I could act this way, and I've got to say that I just don't.
Let's make that Dan Wyant.
I don't know where we went wrong, but the
I was going to say, I'm pretty darn sure it was supposed to be Dan, not me, but I'm going to have Dan come up, and then I'll just hang out with him for a few minutes. Dan Wyant from the Edward Lowe Foundation.
Well, Brian, I get confused for you all the time. You know that, don't you?
Yeah, we're practically twins.
I've been walking around all day. They're going, "Hey, Brian, how are you?" And
People ask me all the time, "Is that your dad?" And I'm like, "No, it's not."
Oh my gosh, no. Hey, Brian was pretty clear. We're going to keep this part of the program brief. It's been a good day. And so I want to recognize that. And here's what we're competing with: the bar. and we're competing with a lot of networking that you guys want to do. And so I'm not going to bother those guys down there at the bar because they're having a good time and they're networking, Brian. So we're going to just move right along. So I always say this, you guys have heard me before, be bright, be brief, and be gone. So we're not going to spend a lot of time up here. We want to get you back to the networking. I want to do three things. I want to recognize a little bit about Michigan Celebrate Small Business. I want to tell you about the companies that are winning awards, and then I'll make some introductions. But here's what I'm excited about. I was in this room 22 years ago when Michigan Celebrate Small Business first began. Rob Fowler, Chris Holman, a number of people put this together, and they had a vision and they had a thought that we could do better at showcasing the best and brightest in Michigan. And 22 years ago, who would have thought we could continue for 22 years recognizing some of the best and brightest companies in Michigan, and we've done that. And I think, in my opinion, Michigan Celebrate's evolved, and it's evolved quite nicely, gotten, again, bigger, it's gotten better, and again, I'm so impressed that 22 years we were able to recognize a number of winners. Before I go any further, I need to recognize the sponsor for this event. Let's give Michigan Economic Development Corporation a big, big sponsor. MEDC has been here since the beginning, and they continue to be a major contributor, and we really appreciate Michigan Economic Development Corporation for all that they do. And so I'll say this about Michigan Celebrates, and then we'll move on to recognizing the awardees. Today, Michigan Celebrate is supported by nearly 100 different organizations from across the state. And it really does, I think, represent one of the most impactful, collaborative small business support organizations in the country. And so I really want to recognize the collaboration that's going on here, and I think Michigan's doing it better than anybody else. So, all right. Before I go any further, let's simply give all the awardees, Michigan Companies to Watch, and all other Michigan Celebrate awardees a big round of applause. I mean, what you guys do, we at the Edward Lowe Foundation get to have entrepreneurs come out every week of the year, and we sit around, we have conversations, and we hear this consistently. What you do is not easy. It's really, really hard. And what's important that we're able to do at this two-day event is we need to affirm your success. And we need to recognize your contributions, not only to creating jobs, but what you do for your communities. And it's so important. And I really appreciate, Brian, your slides today. Again, we live this, and I really commend Brian Kelly and his team and their advocacy role in convincing policymakers that second stage companies and small business truly is the place to put your emphasis to ensure Michigan continues to be a better, brighter future. So recognize and thank all you winners, recognize you winners. We're all here because of you, and this is what it's all about. So really neat. proud and honored to be part of it. All right, real quickly, let me recognize the advisory committee. The advisory committee has been expanded, and please stand if you're here. I want to recognize the Michigan Black Business Alliance, the Michigan Small Business Development Center, Michigan Rehabilitation Services, the Small Business Association of Michigan, the National Veterans Business Development Council, the West Michigan Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, the Connexus Group, and I really want to hear it for the Edward Lowe Foundation. I had a few plants in the room. And I knew that was coming. Got you guys going. Thanks. How you guys doing at the bar down there? You still doing okay? They're still down there. They're still going. Don't worry about it. They're networking. All right. At this time, let me welcome Chris Rishko. Chris is here, and he's representing the Michigan Economic Development Corporation. Chris is the Managing Director of Small Business and Talent at MEDC. And as I mentioned before, Chris has been with MEDC, but he's new to the small business space. And I want to recognize our great partner and our sponsor tonight, Michigan Economic Development Corporation. Chris, come on up.
Good evening, everybody. It's going to be a hard act to follow for sure. It's a pleasure to be with you tonight, and I'm really proud to join you on behalf of Amy Renscher, the Senior Vice President at MEDC of Small Business. Unfortunately, she couldn't make it. But first, I do want to congratulate all of the awardees. What we're celebrating isn't just success, it's hard work, resilience, and innovation that continue to move Michigan forward. This reception is one of our favorite parts of the event because it brings together the people behind the success, the entrepreneurs, the partners, and the leaders in a more personal setting without all the pomp and circumstance. It's where the conversations continue, a lot of them at the bar right now, but it's where the relationships also grow, being able to see make new friends and see old as well. And it's where we start thinking about what the next steps are going to be. At MEDC, we're proud to support small business across every stage of growth, whether it's access to capital, technical assistance, or connecting to talent. Our focus is very simple: helping Michigan businesses succeed and scale. That's why it's so important for MEDC to serve as the title sponsor for Michigan Celebrates Small Business. This initiative does exactly what we strive to do every single day: elevate entrepreneurs, strengthen the ecosystem, and recognize impact. Tonight is about celebrating that impact and the people behind it. So thank you for everything you do for Michigan, and congratulations to all of our awardees. Now it's my pleasure to hand the microphone back over to Mr. Brian Calley, President and CEO of Small Business Association Michigan.
All right, very good. Thank you so much, Chris. And thank you for the continued support of Michigan Economic Development Corporation. They've been involved in this event literally since the very, very beginning. But what's really cool is you can feel a center of gravity within that organization moving more towards small business, which is a really cool development. We couldn't be happier about what we see happening in the last few years with respect to small business support within MEDC. Thank you for that. Tonight, I just wanted to close this down by saying thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of this new experiment that we had with a pitch competition with the real stakes, with a high stakes cash prize. What did you guys think about that? We were really excited about what could possibly happen, and all 5 of those presentations were amazing and inspiring. And I don't know, I found out I've been missing fresh donuts my whole life. I just didn't. I didn't even know, but when they got done, I was like, yes. I mean, that's what's missing. That's been my problem all these years. But that enthusiasm, I hope that's what you walk away from this night with, is enthusiasm about your business, about what you're doing in your community. That's what this is about. It's the culture within your business is important, but your business creates the culture, the community that creates the economic infrastructure for everybody else. And that is a heavy burden, but also a reason that the entire community owes you an enormous debt of gratitude because of the difference that you make. So this is our way of saying thank you to you for that. Now tomorrow, we got a couple things coming up tomorrow. Capitol Day is sold out. We can't fit any more people into Capitol Day. And that's pretty cool. We love how that's grown, and we're probably over the fire code tomorrow. We'll see what they do about that. But then after that, tomorrow night is the gala, is the red carpet event at the Breslin Center. Now the Breslin Center is real big. We can always fit a couple more people in the Breslin Center. Okay, so if you're not registered for that and you're like, you know what, I want to go and hang out with some other folks, we can definitely make that happen. Just see one of us or the registration table out back. It is so much fun. The red carpet event. If you've never been to it, I highly recommend it. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you for taking a chance. Thank you for providing jobs. Thank you for putting a mortgage up on your house to start your business. Thank you for doing all the things that you do to make Michigan stronger and create opportunity. It is an honor to serve you. Have a great night.